So Debbie and I went and looked at these machines a few weeks ago. All three are at the same location. 2 shovels, 1 dragline with a shovel front. This is the first machine. Here's the serial number. Chrysler straight 8 for power, open exhaust and intake, missing the starter. This engine is free, so it could be a possible runner. You can see it's been sitting a really long time. There's the wear in the drive tumbler pin. 24-inch wide pads, 11-foot 4 long tracks on this machine, so it's wide and long, not standard. There's the cover for the booster band. You can see there's the trip motor for the shovel bucket. Here's windows. I took a bunch of pictures of the window frames because my machine's missing them, so I want to make them. On the top of that one lever you could see the button for the trip motor. And there's the part number on the dipper stick. This has an Insley bucket on it as well. You can see it's had a bunch of welding done to it like most of these old machines. It does have all the panels on it. I think they've been parked since the late 60s. All these machines are to be sold as a package. He was looking for $5,000. See all the sheet metal. This machine is over width. It is 8'7" wide and 10 foot tall. Here's a video I did of just going over it. You can see the dipper was patched up in the last couple pictures. The tracks do have some wear on this machine, but most of them do. Machine is 13'6" from the front of the tracks to the rear of the counterweight. A little bit more of the Chrysler straight 8. I think the controls will free up pretty easy on this machine since they're undercover with all the glass being mostly intact. Sheet metal's in pretty poor shape. You can see the bottom all the way around it's rotted out. I mean, sheet metal can be replaced, you know, but this back here, that's pretty rough. Oil was clean in it. There's the governor, belt-driven governor. This has the standard counterweight. A little overview of the machine. Sure, it was Probably a pain having that longer undercarriage with the water tracks on that small shovel. Here's machine number 2. Um, this is Buda powered HP 326. See the manifolds rotted out on it. This one is locked up. Intake and exhaust rope, and there's a gear drive on this one. This is an older machine. You can see all the debris on the bottom. That's about 1.5 inches thick. Here's the push button for the bucket trip. There's the trip motor and the house lock, the old style. There's the 2 levers to switch between swing and travel. Also an older style machine. Again, I took more pictures of the window frames just because that's what I need. Actually, some of my frame is even bent where the window frames go in, so I'll have to rebuild that. There's the dipper. This has a pettibone bucket on it. I took a lot of pictures of this because I have to remake these pins, and I was missing that shiv down at the base of the boom, but I was able to pick one up while I was out there. There's another shot of it. I was able to buy one of those. You can see the bucket shiv. It looks like it might have been flipped upside down, rebuilt. Not sure. And the dipper's been patched together. That was kind of broken on mine too, and it's broken on these machines as well. There's the top of the cab. This machine's also 10 foot tall. Here's just a quick video going around this second machine. Like I said, this one's only 8'2" wide with the 18-inch pads, so no permit needed to move this one. As far as weight goes, I think this one's probably about 26,000 pounds, because it's pretty similar to my machine. That first one's probably slightly more. You can see there's another shot of that bucket shiv that they reworked. There's some rust jacking and stuff on that plate between the dipper arms. That plate that you just saw, that was the original dealer plate, I believe. I was pointing out the house lock, and then these are the swing and travel levers. They just move up and down. Manifold's really bad on this. I'm sure there's all kinds of crud in that engine. But I don't know. Sometimes people get lucky breaking engines free. You can see the levers move. Like I said, all three of these machines are a package deal, $5 grand. I was interested in the 2 shovels, but shipping on all the machines is just too much to get them over to Pennsylvania. Here's another shot of the twin disc clutch going into the gear drive little gearbox here, where normally you have the chain drive. One thing I should mention, this machine's missing the master clutch cable. I believe that's laying down in the dragline though. I don't have that cover over that gear either on mine. Guess it does kind of make it difficult to lube up. There's another plate from the dealer right on the corner. See all the sheet metals there. It was nice to be able to see that so I can make those too. Here's machine number 3 set up as a dragline. This has the bigger counterweight, 24-inch wide pads, and 11'6" long tracks. So this has the wider tracks and longer undercarriage on it. Chain drive on this one, but it is one of the older machines with the older controls on it. This has Chrysler straight 8. This engine's free. It's missing the oil filter housing and the starter. Intake and exhaust are open on it. Here's a horn that was mounted on the rear of the house. I thought that was cool. There's the gantry. Again, I took a bunch of pictures of the window frames. This has the house lock and the bucket trip motor for the shovel. They have a tarp over this one. The glass is out of it. The hoist cable is newer. I think this was the last machine to run. I believe he said about 12 years ago. The tracks are worn on this one. There's the fair lead for doing dragline work. You can see there's some rust jacking on the boom. It's got some bent lacing and some angle iron there where it meets the midsection, where it looks like it's been reinforced. See the rust jacking again there. So it's got some issues. 24-inch pads. This one's also K12. Extra counterweight on this one, a little bigger. Chrysler Industrial straight 8 also. See a little horn, gantry, approximately 50 feet of boom. This also is an older machine, twin disc, but this has a chain drive on it. Tracks are look maxed out here. Looks like some weight into these pads too. Dragline, boom. Pretty rough shape. See the rust jacking. Fair lead. So here's the shovel front for the dragline. It's in alright shape. The bucket's pretty beat up, rotted out. It's got a good Insley plate on the side of it, but it doesn't come with the shiv for at the base of the boom. I bought that for my machine, but it's easy enough to make.